At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrump's optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Happy weekend, everybody! I'm Mr. Movie Phone with your weekend movie preview. This week at the movies, Barbra Streisand and Seth Rogen take a road trip. Turning 40 isn't all that much fun for Paul Rudd and Leslie Mann. And just when you thought things couldn't get any less fun, here comes Tom Cruise as Jack Reacher.
Do you think I'm a hero? I am not a hero. Lawyer's all yours. On second thought, I'd like to kill you.
Yes, he's a bad dude, ex-army cop who's called in when a military sniper is suspected of killing 5 people. But Reacher can smell that something ain't right, and he's on the hunt to take down the real killer. The real deal? Watching Tom Cruise running around doing the same shtick is tiresome, and keeping these generic action thrillers fresh has become mission impossible. I'm out. The quirky couple from Knocked Up is back, and this is 40.
You've been in here for like 20 minutes.
Stop treating me like a child.
It's a semi-comedic look at love and parenthood as Pete and Debbie approach the dreaded 4-0. The real deal? Well, for Judd Apatow, much of the comedy of Knocked Up has been replaced by bitterness in This Is 40. So it's sour, but since it's from Apatow, it's still pretty sweet. I'm in! It's time for some mother-son bonding in Guilt Trip.
Are you seeing anyone?
Are you seeing anyone?
Please don't be disgusting. I thought you were seeing that girl with the exotic name.
Bethany?
Seth Rogen's character hits the road with his overbearing mother, played by Barbra Streisand, and it winds up being a learning experience for them both. The real deal? Well, better than the ad suggests, spending time on the road with Barbra Streisand and Seth Rogen really isn't as horrible as you might think. I'm in! Also in theaters, the visually dazzling Cirque du Soleil, Worlds Away, and Monsters, Inc., both in 3D. All right, remember, for your showtimes, your tickets, my 6-second reviews, so much more, go to MoviePhone.com or tweet me right at 6-second reviews. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you at the movies.
That's a wrap.
All right, well, the Maverick Saloon on Mesquite is having some fun events coming up in the new year.
Initially, I'd come here to do their website and their Facebook page for them, and they asked me to come on as their DJ, which I've been doing Wednesday and Saturday nights, and starting in January, I'm going to do Fridays as well. It's classic country, contemporary country, and then if we're able to mix in some like old favorite rock and roll songs later in the evening, we'll do that as well. That's one thing we have going on. We also have karaoke Tuesdays and Thursdays, dance lessons, free dance lessons on Thursday evenings, and starting in January, we've got a restaurant back here where we have burgers, fries, onion rings, chicken, nachos, stuff like that. We're also welcoming back Joe's Pizza to join us, so we'll have all the food that we have now as well as Joe's.
And Joe's Pizza was definitely associated with the Maverick for a long time, so I'm sure a lot of people are going to be happy to see that back.
Yeah, so far they've been very happy that they're coming back. Also, the other thing is we have a brand new website. It's www.maverickpahrump.com, and if you go to that, at the bottom of every page is a link to our Facebook page. I maintain the Facebook page, and I do it 7 days a week, so if people write something, I respond to them. They can make song requests, they can ask questions, they can make comments, anything they'd like.
So social media is definitely playing a part with how the Maverick's working, and really with much of the rest of the world too.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing I noticed when I came to town initially is that there are Facebook pages for businesses here, but people will post things and not respond. And I think it's important if someone, approaches the business and has a comment or a question, that there's a live person who actually says, hey, thank you for taking the time to do it, and gets back to them. So that's what I try to do.
And you definitely know a lot about that because that's also something you do as well. That's kind of how you were brought into the Maverick.
Well, yeah, initially I came in to do their website and do their Facebook page, and after that was done, they had the need for the DJ, and I've got a background in music and encyclopedia music mind here, and so that worked out very well, and I've been very happy to be here and enjoy playing music for the folks very much.
You guys have any New Year's events going on?
We got a great event coming up on New Year's Eve. It's $15 per person. We have a buffet dinner, champagne toast, party favors, live entertainment with Jimmy D and his Howlin' Dogs, and I'll also be doing DJ music, country music, just straight until the dawn, well past midnight, and so it's going to be a great time for everybody, and hope they can come on down.
This Saturday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m., the 8th annual food drive will be held at Smith's. They will be supplying food for 4 food banks and the veterans here in town. They are collecting Christmas dinner type items.
During these colder months, a breakdown of your heating system can quickly become an emergency. A little knowledge can go a long way when you're in a pinch.
When temperatures reach lower digits and your furnace shuts down, your house can become unbearably cold. In today's Angie's List report, how to avoid scams in the heating and cooling industry.
Well, I had lightning strike my air conditioner, and I had several companies to come out and give me an offer, make me an offer, and we had to negotiate to get it down where I had to spend money in my insurance company, so we had a certain amount of money we had to spend, and so we finally negotiated a price. So it wasn't that was looking for the cheapest we could get. We wanted a good unit. I had 2 companies come out and give me an estimate, and one was just way over my head, and so there was no sense in even. They said this is our bottom line and we can't do any better. So when they tell me that, I know better because I've been around a long time. I'm no spring chicken. So
your heating and cooling system is one of the most complicated mechanicals in your house, and it accounts for more than half of your energy costs. So being sure that you hire right and get the system checked regularly is going to be important, but your best defense to making sure you're not being taken advantage of is to read the owner's manual.
Roy Rogers Feldner, a HVAC contractor, says he sees scams in the industry. He recommends homeowners help protect themselves by keeping their heating and cooling systems well maintained.
An inspection is really important to keeping your system operating and not falling in a trap where when it breaks down, you're, weighing your options trying to figure out what to do. So my best advice is to get that furnace checked while it's running and not when it's broke down. When it breaks down and you call a guy, you're at his mercy.
Due to the high cost of repairing, replacing, or installing of new HVAC equipment, it's important to take the time to research before hiring so you don't fall victim to a scam.
A common complaint we hear when it comes to HVAC systems is when it's recommended that the consumer replace their system when a simple repair may actually do the trick. Keep in mind these systems should last 20 years and cost a good deal of money to replace. So if ever someone recommends a replacement, get a second opinion.
Angie's List says beware of a contractor who asks for a large amount of money up front. Generally, you shouldn't prepay more than 1/3 of the job's total cost.
When hiring someone to work on your furnace or cooling system, you want to be sure you find the most experienced provider. So it's worth checking to see if they're trained exactly in the type of manufactured product you have. So for example, if you have a Trane or a Bryant system, find someone who's trained by that specific manufacturer.
It's hard to have different service people every time because you're going to get told 5 different things 5 different times. So if it's possible, ask your company to send the same service person.
As we head into our first break, here's some Christmas carolers at the community Christmas tree last night.
They told me, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, a newborn king to see, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. Our finest gifts we bring, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, to lay before the king, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. So to honor him, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, when we come, little baby, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. I am a poor boy too, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. I have no gift to bring, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, that's fit to give the king, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum.